Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Affiliate marketing expert Meghan Sussex is not receiving a good reaction to her latest business endeavour. Talk TV's Mike Graham told The Express, "I think we're seeing the collapse of the Meghan-as-humanitarian narrative. You simply can't talk about dismantling institutions, advocating for women's rights and humanitarian causes, and then pivot straight into affiliate marketing, influencer-style brand placements, and monetizing your own taste. It's the kind of jarring contrast that's hard to ignore." One insider quoted by The Express says Meghan's affiliate marketing comes across as a bit of a word we won't repeat but rhymes with what, and urged Meghan not to oversaturate herself by keeping the doors closed and preserving the mystique. Another less offensive word being thrown around is cringe. A source tells The Express, Meghan has access, reach, and impact, but the strategy right now lacks clarity, consistency, and direction. She's no longer blurring lines between personal, brand, and purpose. She's blowing them up. PR expert Chad Teixeira adds, it honestly feels like Meghan has finally dropped the act of being anything more than a well-dressed influencer. There's no shame in the affiliate game. It's a legitimate hustle. But let's not pretend this is some grand reinvention. From royal tours to reward links, it's quite the pivot. We'll point out Meghan is much more than a well-dressed influencer. She hosts a cooking show for Netflix, sells dog biscuits and jam online, and next week is releasing a mildly anticipated new podcast. Teixeira adds, she's basically gone from giving speeches about global issues to giving discount codes for blazers. This move feels like the final nail in the coffin for the serious thought leader narrative. In the end, Meghan's gone from the palace to the Pinterest board. It's not that people don't want her to win, but this isn't the kind of power play most expected. The strategy lacks the gravitas of someone who once spoke about dismantling institutional structures. Now it's 10% off handbags and a swipe-up story away from becoming a full-blown fashion affiliate queen. Rebecca English warns Prince Harry to be careful about making a Netflix documentary telling Palace Confidential, I think if he was to do it, making the show about Princess Diana, it would bring him into massive conflict with his brother. Because although Harry and William together cooperated on, I think, 2 documentaries about their mother over the years to mark particular landmarks, I know Prince William has made a point of saying, look, it really is time to let my mother's memory rest in peace now. He's made that very clear. I mean, apart from joint charitable initiatives like the Diana Awards, which I think are very positive ones, they very much want to park that side of their mother's life. Royal insider Deep Crown agrees, telling Palace Intrigue, Harry finds himself in an increasingly precarious position. The fraternal bond with William, once the monarchy's greatest strength, now stands as perhaps its most visible fracture. Should Harry proceed with documentaries revisiting Diana's legacy against William's explicit wishes, he risks not merely angering a brother but potentially earning the permanent disapproval of a future sovereign. The California prince would be wise to consider that while Charles may practice patience born from his own decades-long wait, King William, shaped by different forces, might adopt a firmer approach to familial descent once the crown rests upon his head. Harry apparently learned of his father's recent hospitalization the same way the rest of us did, via social media. We're told the palace did not want to cause unnecessary alarm. Meanwhile, the Telegraph reports Centre-Bali's Sophie Chandauk fell out with the Sussexes after refusing a request by the couple to tell the media that Markle hadn't been mean to her at a charity polo match. A scene wildly circulated on social media in recent days shows Meghan directing the charity's CEO to move out of a photo so that Markle herself could stand beside Prince Harry. Chandauk was seen ducking awkwardly beneath the trophy to accommodate the Duchess's request. A well-placed but anonymous source told the Telegraph that it comes down to that polo match and the awkward moment with Markle moving her out of the way. Harry then demanded that she make a statement to the press, basically saying, Meghan wasn't mean to me, and she refused to do that. All this is part of a narrative that finds Harry more and more isolated. An insider told The Sun, first he was a spare to William, now he's increasingly looking like a spare to Meghan, and it's not a great look. More Palace in just a moment. There was an unexpected royal twist on the UK Apprentice as Lord Alan Sugar took aim not at the contestants but at Prince Andrew. during the program's traditional shopping channel task, in which candidates attempt to flog products live on the air. The boardroom discussion turned to a facial steamer. One contestant described it as a device designed to unclog pores and improve skin tone. Lord Sugar, however, appeared more interested in its vapor output, quipping, "I didn't see you use it. I saw the steam coming out of it." Then, with a look of mischief rarely seen in Whitehall or Windsor, the business tycoon added, "Half an hour of that would even get Prince Andrew to sweat." The boardroom predictably erupted in laughter. The remark was, of course, a pointed reference to the Duke of York's now infamous 2019 Newsnight interview in which he claimed a medical condition rendered him temporarily unable to perspire, a claim that raised eyebrows at the time and has since become a cultural reference point for the absurd. Social media lit up following the broadcast. Careful, Sugar, or you'll be handing those titles back. Tom Quinn's new book has resurfaced tales of Andrew's teddy bear collection. Quinn told Fox News Digital he is quite eccentric, and he has a collection of teddy bears, which he insists are placed every day in a certain position, a pyramid shape, and he gets very cross if it's not done properly. He really doesn't do anything for himself. He has a member of staff who puts the teddy bears in order. There are quite a few, 20 or 30, in the position that he likes every day. And I know that in the past, if they're not placed exactly as he wants, he can be quite short-tempered and angry about it. So when he finds someone who is very good at it, he clings to them and he gets the same person to do it every day. A lot of his staff don't think very much of him because they think he's entitled and quite bad-tempered. And a lot of his bad temper, I think, is frustration because in many ways he felt he would be a better king than Charles, his brother. Andrew is less introspective. He's less sensitive. He's more of a tough guy. And I think he feels frustrated even more now that he's no longer a working royal. He does tend to take it out on the staff. While members of the royal family are no strangers to life in the public eye, there remains certain aspects of their private lives that are rarely discussed. Tattoos, for example. Though one hardly associates the monarchy with body art, a small number of royals have indeed sported ink, either discreetly or in some cases rather boldly. Take Princess Eugenie, for instance. In 2022, during the national service of Thanksgiving held at St. Paul's Cathedral in honour of Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, eagle-eyed observers noted a small circle tattoo just behind her ear. Further, afield on the royal family tree, Lady Amelia Windsor, granddaughter of the Duke of Kent and third cousin to Princes William and Harry, has been rather more forthcoming in her aesthetic choices. Lady Amelia has been seen with a tiger tattoo on her shoulder, as well as another design on her ribcage consisting of two small leaves. A third tattoo has also been spotted on her wrist, though the designs remain something of a mystery. While such adornments may seem unconventional within royal circles, Amelia's fashion-forward sensibility and modelling work place her in a rather different category. Tattooing among royals is not, however, a modern invention. King George V, who reigned from 1910 to 36, bore not only one but two tattoos. Before ascending the throne, the young prince served in the Royal Navy and, during a visit to Japan in 1881, received a red and blue dragon tattoo, a customary practice among naval men of the era. He is also said to have had a tiger tattooed on his other arm, both designs likely acquired well before it became apparent that he would one day become king, following the untimely death of his elder brother, Prince Albert Victor. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a nice review or 5 stars if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget about one of our sister shows we're promoting this week. It's called Daily Comedy News, and it's all the fun comedy news and entertainment from late night to movies to Netflix specials, to get up to speed on what the comedians are doing, and it's hosted by the writer of this show, John McDermott, affectionately known as Johnny Mac. Check out Daily Comedy News wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.